Hey guys, hi, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. I'm in Newark. This is one of our Newark layover hotels. I hope this is our permanent layover hotel for a while because I really like this location. The other one is kind of close to a men's prison, which, yeah, no, I'm not going to joke about that. But I wanted to give you a quick room tour because I love this little room. It's so cute. I don't do a lot of room tours because hotel rooms are rarely that cute or that unique, at least with my airline. But this one's super cute. And then I have a little chat with you guys about something I am not happy about. So I'll give you a quick tour. This is the seating area, which I think is really cute. I think that's really adorable. I'm actually tempted to rearrange my apartment. I really like that picture rail on the wall. Super cute. Little desk area, of course. My luggage. Kind of awkwardly placed refrigerator, but that seating area is really the cutest. The bathroom, nothing to write home about, but it's a bathroom, nice and clean, and it's got this Beekman 1802. Whoops, how's this for low light? You can't see anything. There we go, Beekman, and you still can't see it. Beekman 1802. It's the Beekman boys, two gay guys rescued some goat farm somewhere and started making products out of goat milk, and now they're in hotel rooms. This is the bedroom. It's a suite, so the bedroom is blocked off by a door, but super cute. I really think this is adorable, and I really like it. Although I did not look at my view, so let's look at the view together. All right, well, it's nighttime in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Nothing to see. So let's go back to my little seating area and have a chat, shall we? Oh, all right. So I probably shouldn't film this video because I am really irritated. I am really irritated. So let me set up my tripod. I brought my tripod. Isn't that great? All right. And I think I'm in frame. Yes. I can see the, I don't have a fancy camera, but I can see the reflection of the video in the TV, so I know I'm in frame. All right, so I have to tell you, this is almost a rant, but maybe more of a instruction, a helpful hint, hopefully. Now, one of the hardest parts of being 49 years old is not being 49 years old. Sometimes the hardest part of being this age is to have to realize that you have yet to learn life lessons that have presented themselves again and again. Now, if you're very young, that might not make any sense. If you're older, like me, that might make a lot of sense. Each big job I've had in the past where I've had to be really, or I've grown close or intimate with the group of people I've worked with. For example, at Saks Fifth Avenue and Neiman Marcus, in jewelry and in fine jewelry, there aren't that many of you. So you really get to know each other very well. And you start to trust each other with certain pieces of information. Family, history, friends, who you're dating. You start to share personal details and personal histories. And as a flight attendant, there's very few groups of people that are closer physically for long periods of time than flight attendants. And I've learned this lesson again and again is to not share too much of myself and my personal history and my thoughts with people that really haven't earned the right to know parts of me that I typically shouldn't share with people who I don't know very well. Does that make any sense? Um, because I tend to be an oversharer. I share too much of myself or more of myself than maybe I should with people who I think I'm close to because I work closely with. Again, I'm hoping that makes some sense. In the past, it's happened at Neiman Marcus. It's happened at Saks Fifth Avenue. Where else has it happened? at David German, when I worked at David German, typically in environments where I'm working in competition for sales with my teammates, people who are my teammates, but I'm also competing with. You know, I end up thinking because we're such a close knit group, I'm free to share certain aspects of my personal life, my history. I don't tend to hemorrhage information. I don't think I share too much, but apparently I do. And I'm saying this because I am on a trip. I actually have a line this month with two guys, one of which I really like a lot. He's super nice, he's super sweet, great small talk, really easy to work with. The other one, who's lead frequently, I don't know what the problem is. I really don't, because I've tried to be nice. I've been helpful. I think I've been very pleasant. And every single time, particularly when we're alone, not with the third member of my crew, but particularly when it's just the two of us, he can't stop. He can't seem to stop himself from making little snide, snippy comments that you could mistake for making fun of you. He's made comments on my earrings. He made fun of my earrings. I'm not sure how it's difficult to make fun of diamond studs. These are things I've got years ago in a former job. I couldn't afford them today. He made fun of the fact that I was wearing a little bit of foundation to cover up some unevenness today. I shared a little bit of history with him in conversation, that within context of a conversation. I wouldn't have thrown this information out without being within context. But I mentioned that my mother has mental illness. It's very difficult for me to have a relationship with her, so we don't really have one. And this was, again, within context. And he started making fun of the fact that either she had mental illness or the fact that I didn't have a relationship with her. And he had to be creative, as you'd imagine, to turn that into what felt like bullying almost. That's a big word, bullying. But he was taunting me with something. I'm not quite sure what. But I asked him, please, this isn't a joking matter. It's serious in my family. It's not a joking matter. So please don't make fun of it, make little of it, make light of it. And he kept doing it. And he kept making comments again and again. And I asked him a number of times, please, leave this one thing alone, please, because it really does hurt my feelings and it does bother me. And he kept telling me I was too sensitive, and he kept pushing and pushing and pushing. I held back and finally decided I'm just not going to react or respond to it, not at all. And it just seemed to everything I said, he had something to say in response that wasn't necessary. And it was always a smart aleck, sassy, biting little comment. But he only reacted and treated me like this when we weren't in the presence of the third member of my crew. I don't know what I did to inspire this, but I asked our third member of our crew. They buddy bid, so they're connected at the hip. They always buddy bid. They don't work without each other, apparently. Buddy bidding, for those people who don't know, is when you apply to work, you bid together to work aligned together, so you always know you're working with each other if you get that buddy bid, if it's approved. They buddy bid, so they're like connected at the hip. They never do anything separate. One does a hotel buyback so that our airline pays him a certain amount of money when he doesn't use the hotel room, because they even share a hotel room. I think one of them's straight, so I don't think it's like a relationship thing, but it's weird. They're like so connected. But one of them is super nice, and I vented to him. I don't understand what's going on. This is a scenario. He understood, and he kind of witnessed some of the friction. And I asked him, please don't say anything. Please don't. And because I just want to get through this trip, the next trip as well, because we have another trip together. Just please leave it alone. Just don't say anything. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have vented to you in the first place. And he said, no problem. I won't say a word. 5 minutes later, he's up in the front talking about this. I don't know what you said, blah, blah, blah. And he comes back and he says, I didn't say anything, but he did. And So now that I've just vented to you folks, the lesson I have to learn, apparently, one more time, is to not assume that it's safe for me to share myself, my inner self, my thoughts, my histories with people that I assume I can trust because I work closely with them. Does that make any sense? If it does, I'm sorry, because you shouldn't have to feel that way either. I just always foolishly assume that I can trust the people around me that I'm supposed to be intimate in terms of proximity, not that. But the people I work closely with, I feel like I should be able to trust them enough for them not to make fun of me. Another thing, I have a 4:30 van. I chose a 4:30 van time because the day after tomorrow we have a 30-hour layover here. We have a 5:38 show. We're in Newark. I don't know what's going to happen that morning, so I chose a 4:30 van time. Guess who is narrowly escaped being made fun of because I wasn't talking to them? This guy. We did this last week, where I chose a van time earlier than theirs because I don't want to run to the gate at the last minute. I want to get to the gate, have a cup of coffee, relax, approach my job in a pleasant frame of mind, not in a desperate scramble to show up at the gate on time, But I'm being made fun of for that too. The last two trips that we worked together, they both ridiculed me for wanting to be at the gate with plenty of time to spare and not taking the last possible shuttle. I just don't know. It's you can hear my frustration level. I think if you watch a lot of my videos, you typically have really gotten to know my temperament, and I think you can probably tell I'm feeling very, very different tonight. It's been very frustrating and a little disappointing. I don't know. I need to learn to not share as much of what I think or of my history and past with people I work with. Now, mind you, I don't overshare. I don't share intimate details of relationships. I don't talk about intimate relationships with my family without being in context of a conversation. At my age, I really have learned the gift of context. So if I say something within context of the conversation on the same level as the people I'm speaking with, and then I'm attacked for that information, or it just bewilders me. And so we have one more trip, one more leg on this trip. The day after tomorrow, we fly back to Las Vegas. Super easy trip. We have one more trip scheduled together next week, and then we're done with this line. And the odds are I won't have to work with them again because we are growing and our base has so many flight attendants. But it's been discouraging, and this is the first time I've really felt discouraged in this job. And after having said all of that, I'll ask you, who do you think I'm most disappointed with? The guy who is making fun of me, ridiculing, and poking me? The guy who I asked I vented to, which is a mistake, who then told the other guy what just happened? Or myself? Which of those three people do you think I'm most disappointed with? You got it. Me. Because at this age, in my experience in life, I should know better. So, I guess this is a life lesson. If I share anything, it's going to be with you guys. So I'll save the good stuff for you. How's that? I will have to try to practice just doing my job, smiling, treating my guests with as much love as I can, and just being a coworker and not a friend, I guess, with my coworkers because it just doesn't feel safe. It just doesn't feel safe right now. Maybe that'll change, and I'm sure. It's not that I'm sure. I know for a fact. I know for a fact that each crew is different. Each and every single crew you work with will have a different dynamic and a very, very different feel. So if you don't already know that and you haven't already been thinking that to me, please know if you're not a flight attendant yet, not every crew will feel like this. Not every crew will be uncomfortable, and not every crew is going to be best friends for life. There's definitely a tide, a roll in and roll out. So I'm on a roll out tonight. I'm feeling really discouraged and a little irritated with myself for the most part because again, at 49, I should really know better. I should know better. But I'm going to try not to just get bitter, I guess, because I do work with so many wonderful, loving, caring, trustworthy people. There are so many. But the problem is, I never know which one's which. That's my dilemma. So, how to work with people and meter out how much I offer of my heart and, with my coworkers until I discover, not safe, and then pull back, you know? So, this has been a very, very different video. I'm not even sure what I would title it. And I do apologize to you guys for not being as positive and optimistic as I would like to be. But this is a life lesson I have to learn again, I guess. So, wish me luck that this is the last time. I would love this to be the last time. Okay, well, thank you for listening. Thank you for letting me vent to you folks. And I guess that's it. I will talk to you soon. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go snack a little bit on some boiled eggs, I think. Go to bed. I'm gonna wake up about maybe 7, 6:30, 7 o'clock at a real early start on head into New York City. And I am sure to film something of that exploration tomorrow. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day. Have a great night. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Fly safe. Bye bye.